to me, right? Like how you show up, how you're willing to show up, how you're willing to break down these barriers of patriarchy, of systemic oppression in all of those ways. So I'm going to say that I kind of land in that Robert line. Um, and then I also wanted to ask a question though, right? Like to kind of tie that in so we know where we're going. Like your vision on this and my vision on it is yesterday I used a quote from Bell Hooks and I want to read it so I don't mess it up. And it says, to create loving men, we must love males. Loving maleness is different from praising and rewarding males for living up to sexist defined notions of male identity. Caring about men because of what they do for us is not the same as loving males for simply being. And it kind of goes on and on. And I want to know your thoughts on that, right? Because like I said, I can hate the patriarchy. I can call the patriarchy out. I can show you where you are utilizing those tools against me, whether it's willingness or not, right? Similar to how I tell white people, is your existence as a white person based on systemic racism makes you harmful for me?
Mhm.
The same would be for very specifically white men and white women. Just his existence in your life is makes it dangerous for you, makes it harder for you to exist simply because of these systems. So what does it look like to turn around then from a male perspective? And I could say, "Hey, I love you." Right?
Mhm.
Here this way. I tell men that all the time. I'm like, I love you. Even like when I start like going out and dating, I'm like, hey, let's knock some things off the table. I love you already, so it doesn't have to get weird, right? Because universally there's love. That does not mean that I love you as partnered for me, right? But let's a lot of the ways I'm going to act and I'm going to move are going to mimic what only usually happens in intimate relationships. My relationships all look the same. They're all very intimate to me. They're all very personal to me. I date my friends, and that's inclusive of men, et cetera, et cetera. So I had made a post about that. I was like, I love men. Like, and it was jarring to people. Like, I don't. A lot of people were like, I don't. And I'm like, I need some help with that. I need help with that because I do love men, right? I do not love the systems that oppress me simply because you exist. And I don't like them for you either.
Right.
So how do we bridge that space, right? Like where can you recognize in the same, you know, heads tails coin, right? You could recognize that patriarchy harms me, which I love that recognition. I appreciate those men that are like, yes, I see how I am harmful to you. But in return, right, back to that depth, that reflection, that water,
Mhm.
I want to be able to say, I see you too.